Welcome back to the eSports Report. Doing a fantasy draft that going into round 4, but I've already won. It's round 3. I am joined by Courage, Max, and then Puckett has picked a team, so Max looks so upset. Max, you all right?
I might have to go into therapy for all the.
I imagine people on Twitter not treating you as kindly as you imagined. All right, so if you're just joining us, we decided to do a little bit of a fantasy draft. You're allowed to pick only one player from each game. Then you get a wild card pick where you're allowed to pick another player from a different game. So, if Merc goes off the board as an OBJ for Ghost, Merc can't be picked again on a different game. So if we just run through our teams really quick run, we'll start with Puckett's. First, Puckett has Krim from Black Ops 2. He has Zuma from Advanced Warfare, Nameless from Ghosts. I think everyone can agree Puckett has a pretty decent overall team. He's gonna need an OBJ to fill that out. I think OBJs are at a rare. I think that's why I like your pick of Teep. Pretty good, Max, in round number 2. But thanks. Going on to my team, I picked Aches and Karma. I got Aches and Karma round 1 and 2, and then I think I got the steal of round number 3 with Saints from Ghosts. I think Saints top 5 player in Ghosts, and then I think even Karma round 2 I think was a steal for that area. I think one of the better slayers in Black Ops 2, one of the most consistent players in Black Ops 2, and then Jack. Moving on to your team. You ended up getting Scump on Advanced Warfare, Clay for Black Ops 2, and then Apathy for Ghost. I think Jack has a very good, balanced overall team, Jack. I like your squad so far.
Thanks so much, Matt. I mean, you've been kind of going back and forth saying Puckett's team is second best, or maybe my team, but I think, honestly, if you break down the stats that I presented here so far today, and just overall the chemistry that this team would have, they have the roles they need, and my 4th player is about to drop the hammer. I'm winning this thing.
Yeah, and then Max, your team, we can throw that one up there real quick.
Yeah. So, I think, first of all, I had the best team name in my opinion. Wanna rotate, homie? Like, famous words. Famous words from our Lord and Savior, Fizzerp. Anyway, I think I got a top 2 Slayer in Ghost. I think, honestly, the best player in Ghost. You can throw all the stats you want around Mr. Matthew X, but yeah, that's right, Matthew X. But I think I got the best player in Ghost. I got the best objective player of all time. And I got Slasher. I don't need Slasher.
I love the way how you put that. I got the best Ghost player ever. I got the best OBJ player. And then I got Slasher.
I don't need Slasher to drop like 35 kills. He can get 20. He can go 29 and 32 with 4 caps and 6 defends.
Who's the leader Slasher. On your team?
You'll wait for my 4th pick. My 4th pick is my leader.
All right, so those are the 4 teams so far. Maven has a team. We'll show you his right after we go through all of ours. So let's go into the final round, round number 4. Max, you had the number 1 pick in the final round, and I think you found your leader in this one.
Oh, I needed an in-game leader. I needed someone to hype people up. I need someone to take them in the right direction. We're winning every event out here. I don't care what you guys say. And I needed a support player because I went with the variation of 1 Slayer, 2 supports, and objective player.
Yep, you did.
So I had a wild card. I could use it on any game I wanted, any player. And I chose Adam Killa Sloth.
The Sloth boss.
From Black Ops 2 as my support player.
This team would be hysterical to watch. But
this would be the best team
I'm telling you right now, I'm not watching this team to try to take down mine or Matt's team. I'm watching it with a box of popcorn, baby. I'm going to enjoy that.
Explain to me how this team works. I think Killa on Black Ops 2, I want to say a little bit underrated.
What?
I didn't want to say Killa a little bit underrated on Black Ops 2. I thought Killa was a very good player. I just don't know how your team works.
Yeah. Max, look at your squad. Formal team. Slasher and Killa. Whoa. Like, when you think of those 4 players trying to use chemistry, I don't see it.
Let's look at your team.
I can't see. Hold on. We're talking about your team, Max. Don't throw it on somebody else.
Hold on. So, all right, Matt. So right now we both have 2 Black Ops 2 players, right?
Yep.
So my idea
don't even tell me you're going to say that.
I've looked at an idea of all of Call of Duty. So if we're taking my team and putting them in Black Ops 2, right? We got Formal, he's anchoring. We got Slasher and Killa. They're running around.
You're going to have Formal anchor?
Well, I guess. I don't know. Like, all right, who you have? Slasher anchor? Yes, Slasher anchor?
Yeah.
All right, Slash
Yeah, I would have Slash or Anchor.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yo.
Throw Max's team back up again, and I'm going to explain to you how Max's team would work. Slasher would be your anchor. You'd have Teep as your OBJ, and then you'd have, pretty much Formal relying on having to have him kill everybody on the map. Killa helping him out a little
Someone
bit.
in chat goes, Max is 100% finishing top 16.
That's fine. Top 16's pro, right?
Max is struggling to qualify for champs.
Okay, look. Killa was probably the best support player in the first half of Black Ops 2 until Aches came around. I would even say Killa is probably a top 5 support player for sure. From the players left, he'd probably be a top 1 from the players left in the pool at this point of the draft. But I honestly think that my team would, I don't know, I think my team would do pretty good. I don't mind my team.
Somewhere Parasite is yelling at Formal, you can't anchor. Because I wouldn't have Formal.
Who can anchor, Matthew?
Yeah, you can anchor, Matthew. So anyway, round number 4, that was your first pick. Next pick went to me, and I needed an OBJ player, so I got Miracles from Advanced Warfare. Every time I watch Miracles, I couldn't take him for Black Ops 2. I had already taken 2 Black Ops 2 players. I needed to take somebody from Advanced Warfare, needed to take an OBJ player. I think right now, Miracles at the top of his game, one of the best players on Advanced Warfare overall. Every time I watch him play, 40s and respawns, communicates well. I don't think there's anything wrong with Miracles. I put together Karma and Miracles, 2 of the Impact World Championship players, and then I throw Aches and Saints in there, obviously from Black Ops 2 and Ghosts, and I have a dominant squad.
This really is where the tables do turn.
Well, what do you think of my pick, Jack?
You're boasting so much about Miracles OBJ. I think right now with these first 3 picks, we're both we're right there neck and neck. It's day in and day out who's going to take that one home. Miracles OBJ, I don't think we've seen enough dominance from him, and right now in the game, honestly, for the people we've spoken about so far, it's been, man, they've had incredible years, fantastic placings. They just really stepped up, and right now, the Miracles pick, I think this is where you slipped up, Matt. Right now, your first 3 players obviously great, but
yeah, you slipped up, bud.
Who would you have drafted in Advanced Warfare who's an OBJ over Miracles? But Teep was off the board already.
Yeah, because I took the best objective player in the draft.
I mean, who would you have taken?
No, I'm just telling you right now. I'm not saying I had someone else to pick. I'm saying the order you picked, the way it is, who you had left, what you had to pick from. Really, just this is your weakest link. And honestly,
who would you have said is an OBJ player better than Miracles that hasn't been drafted so far? Well, you obviously have to take into consideration Maven's team, which we haven't shown yet.
In AW, I would even say maybe even Sensor. I think Sensor's pretty good.
I think Sensor's better than Miracles?
Okay, so far in AW, Sensor's won an event.
Yeah, Sensor has won an event.
Miracles placed top 16 with Noble at Columbus.
Doug is pretty good. I think when we were making our picks last night, I was in between Doug and Miracles. I think those are the 2.
And yeah, and
I think there's someone you missed, but yeah. I'm not going to say that.
I think Miracles, once again, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong.
Well, there's somebody honestly, I could have taken from Maven's team. Looking at Maven's team, I would have taken one of them, but I wouldn't qualify him as an OBJ player. That's why I didn't think to take it.
Matt, I want to be honest with you here. Can we agree that this is your weakest link? Honestly, from your squad so far. You've been talking about, these players are incredible. Yeah,
I mean, I have Aches from Black Ops 2, I have Karma from Black Ops 2, and I have Saints from Ghost. I think
so.
This
what
is
you're
clearly
saying
my weakest link, but
there's room for my team to take over.
Okay, so Jack's pick in the final round. Jack, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to have you all here with the 4th pick. And the bombshell here in round 4 for team shout out to all the pairs. Right now, we got Scump on AW, Clayster on Black Ops 2, and Apathy from Ghosts. And the final player, my wild card, is none other than Optic Gaming's captain, Matthew Nadeshot Haig. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, from Call of Duty Ghosts, my best objective player. Just look at the stats here. Just shy of a 1.0 overall KD. He had a 1.15 KD in Search and Destroy with just shy of 4 blitz caps per game. He was absolutely incredible. Just shy of 5 domination caps, always pushing, making those flank plays happen. He's got the clutch factor. He's a vocal leader. He can bring the energy when needed. If you're building a brand, you want this player with the rest of them. He can hang with the best. And honestly, with this squad of Apathy, Clayster, Scump, and Nadeshot, You got the team. You got the team right here, man.
So you pretty much just dropped Embos and picked up Apathy.
Well,
yeah,
I'm sorry. Do you think that's? I mean, and that team did quite well at Champs, and maybe if we did add Apathy, then Optic Gaming would have won that one. Honestly, I think this is where you slipped up. I'm taking Nate and Ghost over Miracles and AW. Are you kidding me? The X Games champion, baby. We winning games out here, team. Oh, shout out to all the pairs. Let's.
I mean, you could have won replays.
The replays.
I'm sorry. I made my pick, and I got my pick as Nate.
I think you should.
I mean, I know you did make your pick. We all saw your pick.
And we spoke about this last night. You mentioned that Nate, a fantastic, obviously, support player. I mean, objective player back then in Ghosts. I got the stats here to prove it. He's been a leader. He's got the clutch factor in S&D. He was regarded as one of the best in the game, especially in the second half of the year. You can't doubt that one. I think my OBJ beats your OBJ, Matt, and I think my team takes it home.
I don't know about that.
And you know what? That's opinions, right? And that's why we're here. You can see the chat. Everybody's hyped.
There's opinions and then there are facts, Jack.
Okay. Well, you know what? All I know is that my team's the squad team. Shout out to all the pairs, baby. Let's get it.
You got to remember, I had to go Advanced Warfare with that last pick. So I think for
that might be your fault.
OBJ's, well, what would you have? I mean, I could have taken.
I'm just saying you could have rearranged your things. I have
taken
no idea. I mean,
Karma AW over Karma. Nah, you couldn't take Karma AW over Black Ops 2 Karma. Karma and Black Ops 2 is absurd.
I mean, Matt, agree to disagree. I think both of us realize that we both have great teams here. It would just come down to what day they're playing, honestly, because that's what we could have seen. Honestly,
looking at these teams, I have the best one, and I even think Maven probably has the second best team. We'll get into Maven's after this last one. Puckett's last pick. He needed an OBJ player, so Puckett, he went with Merc on Ghost. I like the pick. Merc had a very good Ghost. Don't really have much to say. I mean, he really didn't have anywhere to go, but I think, Merc, he has pretty much 3/4 of the envy now. He has Zuma from Advanced Warfare, he has Nameless on Ghost, and then Merc on Ghost. I guess Ron's not going to show the graph for that.
Ron's just a hater, man.
There it is.
It's fine.
And there you see Sneaky Beavers, Krim, Zuma, Nameless, and Merc. That ended up being Puckett's team. I liked Puckett's team. I thought it was pretty good. Looking at it though, and seeing what the chat has said, I'm kind of excited to show them Maven's team. So Ron, do you have the graphics from Maven's team? All right, so let's bring up Maven's team. And Maven's team, you can't really see what it says. It's Maven's squad. The name is Ramen is Life.
Yeah.
Maven got a really good team. I don't know how this ended up, how he ended up getting all these players. Parasite, Black Ops 2, top 4 to 5 player, I would say. Going into COD Champs for Black Ops 2, Parasite was, I think, the best player in Call of Duty. Every game. No, I don't think you'd be. I don't think you'd be. Oh, there you go.
I knew what you said.
What?
What'd you say? What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I think Parasite in Black Ops 2 going into Call of Duty Championships was the best player in Call of Duty.
100% agree.
Him and Karma were the two best players, I think.
100% agree. Well, I think Parasite was the best anchor.
Just dominant with the foul. I mean, just slaying everybody. I remember watching him. Black Ops 2 Champs was one of the first events I watched live. Parasite was just silly to watch, dude. I mean, every respawn, 40, 50 kills. I remember, what was it? It was Impact against Optic Gaming, Black Ops 2 COD Champs. He dropped like 50.
Yeah, Chris was ridiculous at Black Ops 2. Even UMG Chicago, when he was on Roughnecks, that team with Rambo, Clay, and Intake, he was, when they used to call him Para VSAT because he would just drop orbital VSATs when it was allowed every game. He was ridiculous.
And I think the thing to realize here is, I mean, you look at the squad. You can't have Proof and JCap on the same team. Who's your
It's funny that Parasite said that, and he ended up in this fantasy draft ended up on the same team.
Who's your vocal leader on the squad? I mean,
Parasite.
Okay, and once again, we go back to forming a squad, and I mean, he can kind of be a blessing and also can hurt your squad very much as well. Look at this team. I just don't see how it works. Once again, I do think Matt and I do have the best squads, but once again, that's
the more I look at this team, the more I start to like it. Hold on, Ron, bring it back up. We didn't go through all the players yet. JCap on Ghost. Towards the end of Ghost, JCap had a quiet Ghost. He didn't start off the best. Played Columbus with Optic, didn't play with Optic again after that. Ended up bouncing around a little bit. Ended up on Envy near the end. had a very good run with them. I thought JCap for Ghosts, pretty decent pick. Obviously, these weren't in order. His first pick was obviously Parasite. Proofy on Black Ops 2, I think a very underrated pick. Proof around champs was very good. I mean, I feel like him and JCap in every... If he could have drafted 3 players from Black Ops 2 and got Cap, Proof, and Parasite in Black Ops 2, that would have been pretty silly. But I think Proofy on Black Ops 2, very nice pick for Maeve.
And yet again, the squad looks good. I think the JCap pick was a little suspect. Once again, if you fit in replays there, I'm actually liking the squad even more, Matt, to be honest. You mentioned before, replays kind of one of the missed guys here, especially in Ghosts. He had a very good year, but yet again, Parasite, great, but in the end, I just don't think it could stack up versus these other teams.
Yeah. I don't know. And then Enable, with his last pick, able to get him as a Slayer in AW. I think if you look at all the rosters, I mean, after we'll talk about Enable, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about all the rosters as a whole. Enable from Advanced Warfare, one of the top 4 or 5 players, maybe, arguably.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of what, AW?
Yeah, Slay.
Raw Slayers.
Yeah, I would say he's arguably top 5.
I mean, you gotta have Crim, Formal, and Scump at top 3, and then it's really a toss-up after that. I'd say Enable's top 5.
I'm excited to see where things go with him and his squad in the next event. I kind of want to see how he continues going. But Benson, obviously, big fan of Enable. Unfortunately, Ben wasn't here. He just didn't fit the qualifications to pick a squad. But as you can see, my team, though, I think it is still dominant here. Enable, I think he's up there. I think Parasite and Enable are the 2 best picks for this team. I think JCap's really the suspect pick, and then obviously ended up with Proofy, who we've seen time and time again. Proof right now, he can kind of be hit or miss. I mean, Black Ops 2, very solid player, but unfortunately, this formula for the squad just doesn't do it for me. I'm not a big fan of the vocal leadership. I think right now we're giving too much praise to Maven's team.
Yeah, I think Jack said it best. You can't have Proof and Cap on the same team. Enable runs into doors. Parasite's a good pick, but I don't know. They could all eat ramen together after they place.
I think
after they lose to my team.
That's a very good team with Maven's leadership and Maven's commitment to.
Right.
He didn't really commit to anything. With Maven, I think they're a very good team. But all right, guys, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break. We're gonna come back from that. We're gonna show you all the rosters, and the guys in the chat, we're gonna put up some kind of little poll that you guys can vote on, see who has the best team so far. So, guys, when we come back, we'll have that poll. We'll break down every team individually again right after this commercial break.